Hi, this is Tom Flynn. I'm here for Emerging Ibiza tonight at Sankey's. I think there's a special, there's something magical about this island when you come here, when you play here. And certainly every time I've come here and played, even if you don't play, there's something magical in the air that just cannot be recreated in other places. And that's something that you always take back into your sets, into your music, whether you're a DJ or a producer. So that's why it's so important. My first story when I came here was seeing David Morales play. And I'll be totally honest, I don't remember that much of it. It was just a typical normal holiday, but it was so amazing. Around the time that his Needing You record came out, and seeing those sorts of records played, like by the guy that made them as well, it was just I can't even describe how good it was. So something very special. In this day and age, it's so cliche that everyone's an artist and producer. But back in the day, I think there was obviously less of it, but it was still going on. But when I was that age, 16, 17 and coming here, I never ever looked at it like that. It wasn't oh, there's David Morales, the producer and the DJ. It was more so there was a core group of people who DJ'd and produced, but predominantly a lot of the people on tour back then, I think in my personal experience, I wasn't playing then, but they were just DJs in their own right, because they were good at DJing, which is a skill in its own. Whereas nowadays, I think you get a lot of people who can DJ, which is great, but they DJ off the back of one record. Doesn't really make you an amazing DJ these days. But that is the age we live in, where you make one record that might do well in Beatport and you'll get booked around the world. Funnily enough, I don't mix in key anymore, and I'm probably going to get slaughtered for saying this, but I think you should not mix in key, but not use the software that's out there to mix in key. I think if you're a good DJ, you should just know your records. When I first started buying records, I would sit at the piano, play the record, and just go through the scale until I found the key of the record. But now, and write it on in felt tip pen. So when I was out, I knew the keys of my records, which is good to keep in pitch when you're playing. But at the same time, I've seen people rely on this program where it tells you what key the music's in, and they literally are just playing whatever one that software tells them. You can't do it like that, you're playing records to stay in key, but then you're losing the energy of a room because you're playing the wrong records. You should just know your records and know what works with what off the top of your head.